Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. We do have several developing stories that we are following today. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, first of all, a large house caught fire yesterday evening in Davis County. Fire officials say the Davis County Fire Department, Thurston-Philpott Fire Department, and Masonville Fire Department all responded. Now, the fire was at a house on Bridgewood. A caller told dispatchers that there was smoke coming from the roof.
Yeah, now we know that when ambulance crews arrived, that is, they determined that everyone made it out of the home safely. Here's another action shot here of those firefighters working to fight that fire. Those fire crews were actually on scene for about 8 hours. They say damage to the home is limited, though, to the roof, attic, and chimney. They said the majority of the living space had minor damage. So, fortunately, a house fire, but that was best case scenario, I guess you could say. They kept it pretty isolated, although pretty long fight, 8 hours of fighting a fire.
Goodness,
I mean,
really
kudos to those
impressive.
crews, yeah.
Now, one thing we, of course, have been covering in one form or another for a long time is local energy costs. And happening now, Indiana Utility Regulatory Commission officials are conducting an investigative inquiry on energy affordability. The commission has called in the 5 largest investor-owned utilities in the state, including CenterPoint Energy, to explain how usage and rates affect bills. Energy companies are also required to explain what steps they're taking to increase bill transparency and address rising energy costs.
Yeah, that inquiry meeting is being live streamed right now on the commission's website. We know that it is just now CenterPoint's turn. So we have that link on 14news.com if you want to tune in and hear from CenterPoint officials. This is a story our Emma Beck is following. She's also speaking with, CenterPoint customers who have been dealing with those high bills and also some local representatives, one that's at the meeting right now in Indianapolis. So she'll have that tonight on 14 News.
Now, for our final headline today, looking forward a little bit to some summer fun. Anything that's on a lighter note here. Happening now, you have the chance to help Holiday World get some national recognition. Leaders say the park is up for 9 nominations in USA Today's 10 Best Readers' Choice Awards. Now, this includes Best Theme Park, Best Outdoor Water Park, and Best Water Coaster. You can vote now until Monday, April 20th. Go to 14news.com right now to cast your vote.
I'm going to vote. I'm a big Holiday World fan. I mean, I think we're lucky that we have it so close by. Fun stuff. I mean,
At any time, I can dedicate any brain power to think about a sunny and pleasant...
on a roller coaster.
Right.
Yeah.
I had that taste this weekend, and I am hooked. I thought I had the patience to get through the cold months. I do not.
I'm ready for Holiday World.
Yeah, that's where my brain is. Well, thank you so much for joining us. That's going to round out our news portion here today. But, of course, be sure to circle back for 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 this evening.
All right, do not go anywhere. Meteorologist Arden Gregory will have a check at your 14 First Alert forecast right after the break.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices.
Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. This is a live look at the view from the 14 News Studio tower camera. There are some clouds out there, but bits of blue sky and sunshine also breaking through. We are tracking some big changes coming up over the next few days. Today, a very seasonable, kind of typical late March weather, some thin clouds overhead. But moving forward, we've got a big warm up on the way Wednesday and Thursday. In fact, Thursday, we will likely set yet another record high temperature. Then as we get into Friday, rain is likely, along with a 30-degree drop in our temperatures. So another cold front with a big cool down and a good chance of rain on the way by the end of this week. Here's a look at satellite and radar right now. You can see those thin clouds overhead, but plenty of sunshine still managing to break through out there. I'm going to kind of fast forward through the next couple of days because we've really just got a mix of sun and clouds overhead through the rest of today, tonight, and tomorrow. Very, very late Wednesday night, really more so into Thursday morning, though. There's just this very isolated chance of a thunderstorm. It really looks like most of the rain is going to stay to the northeast of the tri-state, but we may catch just a very isolated shower or thunderstorm early Thursday morning. That moves out very quickly, though. Most of us will stay dry, and then Thursday afternoon it's going to be sunny, breezy, and very warm with record-setting highs climbing into the mid-80s. Then that cold front starts to move in overnight Thursday night into Friday morning. If you look closely here, you can see that change in our wind direction where we've had the warm air flowing in from the south and then that sharp changeover to colder air from the north. But what's interesting is this time around, it looks like the rain is going to lag a little bit behind the cold front. So the cold front passes through before sunrise on Friday. So by the time most folks are getting out and starting their day on Friday, the cold front will have already moved through and temperatures will start to drop. Then behind the cold front, the rain kind of settles in. So we've then got scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but mainly just rain moving in as we go through Friday morning and up through the middle of the day. Then that rain will move out Friday evening, and Friday night looks dry. It will come with a big change in our temperatures. As I mentioned, we're sitting in the upper 50s to low 60s right now. It's 58 in Evansville and Henderson, 60 degrees even in Mount Vernon and Owensboro. Our wind direction has shifted some. Yesterday, we had cold air coming in from the north. Today's wind is a little more neutral. It's coming in from the east, but as that wind continues to shift around, almost like watching the hands on a clock, right? We had winds coming from the north. Now they're coming from the east, and then they'll slide on around from the south as we go through tonight into tomorrow. So overnight tonight, kind of a light southeasterly breeze, mostly cloudy, not quite as cold. Lows will dip somewhere into the lower 40s tonight. Then tomorrow that wind shifts around and starts coming from the south. High temperatures will be in the low to mid 70s tomorrow afternoon. That's nearly 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of year. But then Thursday will be even warmer than that, with highs in the mid 80s, likely setting a new record. The current record, I believe, is 81. And so we're talking about highs 25 degrees warmer than normal for this time of year, but warmer than average seems to be the normal this March. We've had these crazy temperature swings, and we'll see another one for the end of this week with that 30-degree drop then, with highs only in the mid 50s on Friday. And then we gradually start to warm back up as we go through the weekend and into the start of next week. But let's talk a little more about that cold front. So as I said, today we've got winds coming from the east. Tomorrow they'll come from the south, starting that warm up, right, pushing us into those low to mid 70s. A warm front will swing through the tri-state overnight Wednesday night into Thursday morning. As that warm front swings through, that's what brings us that very isolated chance of maybe a stray shower or thunderstorm Thursday morning. But again, most of the day on Thursday is going to be dry. Really what we'll see from that warm front is behind that front, the wind really picks up. So we'll already have winds from the south on Wednesday, but then they really kick it into high gear on Thursday. Thursday is going to be breezy, mostly sunny, that southerly air flowing in, pushing our temperatures into the mid 80s. Then this low pressure system slides in from the northwest with a cold front draped back behind it. And again, behind that cold front then is the rain. There is a chance of thunderstorms north of the tri-state overnight Thursday night, but all of the models I'm looking at that don't have that rain reaching us until Friday morning and really weakening out by then. Notice this is all green. We're not seeing any of those yellow shades showing up there, which would indicate heavier rain and thunderstorms. It looks like this will just be showers for the most part throughout the day on Friday. Then that rain pushes off to the south Friday afternoon and evening, and by Saturday it'll be sunny across the board. So looking at that risk of thunderstorms, there is a level 2 risk to our north overnight Thursday night. The Storm Prediction Center has included much of the tri-state in a level 1 risk then for an isolated strong to severe storm late Thursday night, really more so into Friday morning. So we are technically outlooked for the potential for severe weather, but Byron and I have talked about it, and we have, as of right now, decided to still go without a first alert weather day. We're not convinced of this severe weather threat. So we do operate independently of the Storm Prediction Center. We often work together, and so they are going with a level 1 risk. I wouldn't rule out an isolated thunderstorm, maybe even a strong one, but this really does not look like it's going to be a major severe weather event for us. It's going to be warm and windy during the day on Thursday. Then that cold front, like I said, I think will move through ahead of the rain, and by the time that rain gets to us Friday morning, it will have weakened down to mostly just showers, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but I'm just really not seeing much of a severe weather threat with this. Obviously, we're still a couple days out. The details could change, but for right now, we're going to hold steady with no alert day, but be aware we are talking about a dramatic change here. We go from sunny, breezy highs in the mid 80s, feeling almost summer-like on Thursday, to Friday, which will be rainy with highs in the mid 50s, a very dreary kind of day there to end the week. Sun comes back out over the weekend, though. Temperatures steadily start to climb again, mid to upper 50s on Saturday, and then into the mid 60s on Sunday, and we warm back into the mid to even upper 70s then as we start next week. Good afternoon, Jeanette and Zach. Okay, Zach's asking about the threats for Thursday. Again, I'm not convinced there is much of a threat for Thursday. If we were to get an isolated strong to severe storm, probably gusty winds, maybe a little hail. But again, overall, our severe weather threat looks very low, which is why we've chosen to go without a first alert weather day. The Storm Prediction Center does have us outlooked in that level 1 where we could maybe get an isolated severe storm late Thursday night into Friday morning. But really, it looks like things are going to be weakening as they get to us. So the only way we would get severe weather is if it doesn't weaken as quickly as we think it will. Maybe those storms could survive into the northern end of the tri-state, but as of right now, I'm really pretty convinced we're going to get just rain from this. But obviously, we are watching things very carefully, and we will let you know if that changes. We get new updates, new data every couple of hours around here, and every time we check it, the story seems to be the same so far, that the cold front will move in first. And by the time the rain gets to us, our temperatures will already be dropping. We'll be losing energy. We're just not going to have the environment it would take to keep those storms going. So it really seems like any risk of thunderstorms and certainly severe weather will probably stay to our north Thursday night, and that rain won't get to us until Friday. And by then, the whole situation will have really weakened out to mainly just rain and a big drop in our temperatures. So hopefully, that sets your mind at ease there, Zach. But obviously, we keep checking. And if it starts to trend the other way, that maybe the environment will be more, what's the word I'm looking for, willing and able to maintain those thunderstorms. If it seems like that's going to be the case, then we'll add that alert day at that time. But right now, we're just not convinced that we're going to get any severe weather. I really think it's mainly just going to be rain and a big drop in our temperatures, just a spring cold front. All right, I don't see any other questions, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll have your forecast tonight on 14 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10, and I'll do another streaming update tonight at 9, so I hope you'll join me for that then. Have a great rest of your day.